Poon into bowl and drives it. And fielded there by the point fielder. Comes into bowl and drives it again, and this time they're gonna steal a single because the mid-off had to run to his left. So another run there to quarter. He's been doing very well. He's looked in very impressive. Actually, they both looked very impressive. But I think quarter has looked much more determined, much more provocative, much more outgoing than Corbin, and defends it. Well, it's reaching the phase now because this is the 10th over, and so we've coming towards the end of the best part of the new ball. Not a wicket has fallen. Poon into bowl. Oh, that ball kept a bit low, and they thought about a run, but thought better of it. North Eltham should be very pleased with what they've done so far. They have. We're faced with a very large total, a very confronting total, and Diamond Creek were able to survive their new ball with only losing 1 wicket, so they had to match, had to survive without losing any wickets. And drives it, and fielded in the covers. So now that the foundation has been laid, now that the first 10 overs have been batted through, now North Eltham should be in the position to start looking towards boosting the run rate, at least from 1.5 to towards 2. Because if they're going at 2 runs and over by the time of lunch, then they would have be in a wonderful position to win this game. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it goes through the gap in the gully region, and as it go down to the third man, the backward point, and the call is 4. And that's the end of the over. It is 21. Saul into bowl and leaves it alone. This is the 11th over, and this is Saul's 6th over, bowling at the Elizabeth Street end. Comes into bowl and drives it, and fielded by the short point. Now I'm not sure why they decided to swap the bowlers around from what we did saw last week, because Saul was bowling from the Diamond Creek Trail end in the semi-final, but now he's been switched around, so he's bowling at the Elizabeth Street end. Maybe there's a tactic involved there, but comes into bowl and leaves it alone. But so far, we haven't seen any Saul wickets when we saw 6 glorious ones, 6 big ones. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's an outside edge. And a piff at the stumps. So, it was at the legs. The batsman tried to play a leg glance. And it was, he curved his wrist around too early. So it was a leading edge. It squirted out into the gully region. The gully fielder picked it up off of the half volley and then had a piff at the stumps and hit the stumps. But there was no chance of a run out. Comes into bowl and defends it back to the bowler. Dot ball. Well, things will start to tense up. Not too distant future, because, well, actually they might not now. We saw a very healthy over for North Eltham last over. Comes into bowl and it's an outside edge and it's fielded by the gully. End of the over. It's a maiden. Alright, Hoon into bowl and drives it, and it goes down to the third man region again, and they're going to get 2 there. 2 runs to Corbin. Comes into bowl and drives it to the mid-on for a dot ball. Poon into bowl and defends it, fielded by the short cover. Comes into bowl and defends it for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. And it's a wild swing. It was at a bottom edge. No, maybe not. Comes into bowl and all down the leg side. So 2 runs off the over, and we've got to change the bowling at the Elizabeth Street end. And that is Ireland. So Ireland right arm medium fast to bowl to replace Sewell and bowl at the Elizabeth Street end. Saul's spell, 6 overs, none for 11. Comes into bowl. Oh! And it goes through the... And they get one there. Well, a nice little tap and run there. Just played a cut shot and it dribbled out. And the fielder was back enough. Comes into bowl. Oh, inside edge. And it's fielded by the mid-wicket. So the question will be, right now, because North Eltham Wanderers have got enough to have such a good start, getting rid of the new ball, facing off it, and having not lost a wicket, the question is then moves on to, as he comes into bowl and drives it, and they get another run. The situation then moves on to the question of comes into bowl and down the leg side. Comes into bowl and cuts it, and this time they don't take a run. End of the over. Comes into bowl. So the new batsman's come out. Comes into bowl. And inside edge, and it goes into the leg side. Fielded for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. And down the leg side. Comes into bowl. And, ooh, play and a miss. End of the over. Successful over for Diamond Creek. So this is Reed. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. And defends it. Comes into bowl and defends it, and it's fielded in the gully, and they're going to get a run. One run there. So, number 3 batsman Reed is on strike now. Comes into bowl and cuts it. And they get another run. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it's fielded in the covers for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and defends it back to the bowler. End of the over. 2 runs off it. Comes into bowl and drives it. And they get 1 run there. Comes into bowl. Oh, and it's a bit of a fumble by the keeper. They've gotten 1. They're going to go for 2. Yes, they go for 2. They could even go for a third on the arm if they wanted, but they're happy with the two leg byes. Comes into bowl and cuts it and fielded there by the point fielder. And drives it back to the bowler, and the bowler does not take it cleanly, and mid-off takes it. Comes into bowl, and bottom edge, and it's fielded for a dot ball. So there was a double change of both Saul and Poon taken off, and Poon ended up on none for 13 off his 6 overs. So pretty much identical, the two of them, Poon, despite being the more miserly conservative one, actually conceded more runs than Saul did. Comes into bowl and cuts it and fielded there as a ping at the non-striker's end. End of the over, 3 runs from it. Comes into bowl and plays it off defensively, fielded in the covers. Comes into bowl and glances it into the leg side, and it's a dot ball. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's the pad. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it's fielded by the cover. Comes into bowl. Comes into bowl and leg glances it, and it goes into the gap, and they've gotten 1, they're going to get 2, and they're happy with 2. End of the over. Comes into bowl. And leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. And down the leg side, dot ball. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Comes into bowl and defends it, and it goes into the covers for a dot ball. Nice over from Farron Price. Comes into bowl and works onto the leg side, and it's a dot ball. The run rate continues to be very healthy. It's more than 1.5 runs and over, and we're approaching the drinks break, so I think they should be very happy with what they've done, should North Eltham. And chops it out, and that's a maiden, end of the over. And that appears to be the drinks break. So with that, it's time for the beverages. So all the players will be going off and consuming their beverages. In the meantime, we enjoy this video montage, and we'll return after the break with the continuation of play.
I need you to bring some things from the house. Chessboard?
Beverages.
Badminton set?
Beverages.
Scrabble board?
Beverages.
My sneakers?
Beverages.
All right. Beverages.
My dear, I'll give you 60 seconds to disappear. And if you don't get out of here, who knows? Cause I've been trying to find out if an angel bends or breaks. All shatters like a stone. I wanna destroy something beautiful for you. I wanna destroy for you. Tonight, there's only an inch between pain and delight. I'm full of Canadian whiskey and spite.